so sorry. I'm late. I couldn't think of a name. Actually, I did think of a name, but then it like violated the fucking guidelines because it said she was the bad bitch of the century. But like, bad bitch is endearing. That's like literally a nice thing to say about somebody. So I feel like that was a little bit dramatic on their part. You get what I'm saying? Is this about her live show? I mean, we're going to talk about that, but there's like not that much to talk about. So it wouldn't make up. We'll be here for like 2 hours. That's going to be part of it, but that's not the whole thing. We're talking about everything. We're talking about everything. Oh my God. Thanks everyone for subscribing with Prime. Samantha Thango, Carl No Biggie. Oh, I have to make a disclaimer. So I outed myself at work. I was like, I do the internet. Like, I do the internet. So if you work with me and you are here, thank you so much for your support. Please do not say where we work or what my name is. That would be super, super helpful, just so I do not get murdered by Fox News viewers. That would be like chef's kiss. If you could not do that, would be amazing. Oh my God. Hi, everybody. I'm here for once. I hate that I always miss this. So glad that you're here. Look at how gorgeous Dolly Parton looks in this picture. For those of you that are on TikTok right now, I am also live on Twitch where you can like see the pictures that I'm talking about and all of that. Oh my God, there's so much happening right now. Insult here. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. Thank you, Miss Frazzled, for giving out a community subscription. Literally stop. Literally don't support me in public like that. Nikki, Juan, Kenobi. I know that's from like a Star War, but I don't know. My part-time job is making me go to a mandatory meeting tonight at 8:30. How rude. That is really rude. That is so rude that they're making you do that. I'm watching on my break while doing homework because I love Dolly and you so much. Oh my God, the Wild Mo, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I need to figure out how to use my Twitch gift card on mobile. Ooh, yeah. Hopefully someone here can help with that. That would be really helpful if someone knows how to do that. But you guys, let me like rearrange my screen so we can get started because we have so many slides. Like there's so much to talk about. Someone was talking about, didn't she get called out for racism recently? We're going to talk about, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing right now. So if there was another thing that I don't know about, feel free to tell me. But we will talk about like one of her shows was like very much, not her shows that she was in, but the shows at her amusement park, like the little live things. It was like Civil War glorifying the South, all of that, like really gross and really weird, but they changed it a couple years ago and they never really like addressed that it was that bad, which is not great, but they did change it, which is good, I guess. But yeah, yes. That's what I was talking about at Dollywood. Glad you're going to discuss. Yeah, I didn't know about that. And then when I made a TikTok about it, people commented about it. And then I when I looked into it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm glad people brought this up because it's definitely a thing to talk about and it's not great. I mean, it's bad. It is really bad. But I think when you see the details of it, it's like halfway through the slide deck. I think when you see the details of it, like it's just, I think it's a really good example of how we can like fix shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a good example of how you can be, like, called out for something and then, like, not be annoying about it and just fix it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a good example of that. Like, I'm not saying it should have happened, but you see what I'm saying. I went to that show last month. It has changed. Yes. I get into, like, a horrifying amount of detail about it. I was reading. Let me know. Like, this is how annoying I am. I was reading about the waiters' uniforms. I was reading literally just about the waiters' uniforms. Like, not just about, but like at that point, I was like, I'm so detailed into this. And I was looking at pictures of the bathroom signs at this show being like, do I think that that is appropriate? And I was like, oh my God, like you're so far down this rabbit hole. Are we going to talk about her movies? A little bit, but not a ton. This is the level of investigative detail we need. I know, because, like, if someone says that Dolly Parton has a racist show, I'm going to take that fucking seriously. Like, I'm going to get all the details that I can get on it. Like, I was deep into the rabbit hole. Okay, but that's not what we're going to talk about in this exact second. We will talk about that very in-depth in, like, 45 minutes. But let's move on. Okay, so Dolly Parton was born in 1946, right after the end of World War II. She grew up in rural Appalachia, Appalachia, I think. She was one of 12 children, and money was always an issue for her family. She basically like grew up super, super like dirt poor. The term dirt poor comes from people that had dirt on them because they did not have access to running water. Like, that is how she grew up. And if you've seen, there's a movie about it called The Coat of Many Colors. Appalachia, thank you. The movie A Coat of Many Colors like goes into her whole childhood and like everything. It's not the best movie I've seen in my entire life, but it's cool to see because it's her. Her father was a subsistence farmer. A subsistence farmer is so much fucking worse than it sounds. A subsistence farmer means you're farming not to make money, you're farming to feed your family because you don't have money or access to food. That's what subsistence farming means. It's like you are just surviving. Dolly is a Capricorn queen. Oh my God, I'm a Capricorn queen. Rhinestone Cowboy is a fever dream, I fear. Hey besties, hey ZK Butterworth. Okay, that's sad. Was her dad involved in corn and or milk? Oh my God. If you're new to the stream environment, we've had quite the discussions about corn and milk here. They're on YouTube if you would like to see them. Unipate, thanks for subscribing. But anyway, her father was a subsistence farmer and a construction worker, and her mother was a homemaker. I mean, yeah, her mother probably had to be a homemaker with 12 kids. Like, that's so many children. Like, is her mother okay? Let's just check on that. I don't know if this is true, but in A Coat of Many Colors, the dad was, like, sleeping in the barn outside because everyone was like, you cannot continue to get this woman pregnant. Like, the doctor was like, immediately no, like, we're done with that. Also, I just want to say this is the fastest we've ever started learning because we have 63 slides. So normally I dick around for like 20 minutes at the beginning of this, but not today. Not today. Office baddie, hi. Highly recommend the milk stream if you're a hater. Watching this as my life-size dolly cutout watches me. I wish I had a life-size dolly cutout. Wait, where's my remote? I want to do my background like more pink for Dolly Parton. Or rainbow. Can you fucking work, please, for once in your life? Thank you. There we go. That is much more Dolly Parton. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. That was needed. Don't you guys agree? That was really needed. The milk stream was so good. The milk stream is probably one of my favorite streams. Actually, that's a lie. Anthrax attacks. Nothing will top anthrax attacks, ever. I've just accepted that. It's giving the essence of Dolly. It needed to happen. I'm so mad I didn't even think of it. I mean, 7 minutes in, that's pretty good. The vibes are literally immaculate. So it's so funny because I look so different on Twitch than I do on TikTok right now because the camera's like, here's Twitch. I'm pointing at the Twitch camera right now. And then here's TikTok. I'm pointing at the TikTok camera right now. So I look so different on the different ones. It's really creeping me out. Oh my God, someone trying to get me a job. What? They're hiring a creative services manager. I don't think I'm qualified for that, but I'll look. Waiting for Sims to load and super excited for this lesson. Okay, so where was I? So her mother had all the 12 kids by the time she was 35. That just like, she's unwell. Like, she is unwell. She's not okay. She can't be okay. Is there a way to move the chat out of my way when my phone is turned sideways? I do not know, unfortunately. Hopefully someone will tell you and knows because I don't. Did you quit your job? No. I just think you should always be looking for jobs. Like, I just think you should always be seeing what's out there. You know what I mean? You should always look. I don't think anyone should be trusted with that many kids. No, literally. Go for it. Men are always trying to get jobs. No, y'all always say that. They're like, women, apply for jobs that you are underqualified for. You might get it. And I took that shit to fucking heart. I will apply to like VP of a company. And I'm like, I think I'd be great. And I'm right. Like, every time they don't hire me, they're fumbling. Everyone, every time. Never get too comfortable, period. Exactly. Because any company, they'll be like, bye-bye, queen. We don't have enough money for you. Bye-bye. Florentine Eva subscribed. Thank you. Don't forget to resubscribe because Miss Redacted deserves Bezos money. I fucking hate that he owns this. I hate it so much. How long does this stream usually go? About an hour and a half. Okay. Recession is incoming. Nobody's safe. Exactly. Okay. Let me focus again. So Dolly Parton's first exposure to music came from her family members. Her mother sang and played guitar. And at an early age, she started performing in church. So she started learning about music at church and performing in church. And that was like her vibes. This is the house that she grew up in. Sorry, I thought the cat tried to open the door. Oh my god, quarter life crisis, me in both chats. Does the boyfriend watch these? Sometimes. It depends what I'm talking about and depends what he's doing, but sometimes he'd be here. Sometimes he's in the chat. Okay, so this is her house. I don't know if this was like a recreation. I would imagine that this is a recreation, but maybe it's not. I think maybe that one's real. But yeah, these mountains in my childhood, this is like at Dollywood, not Dolly World, Dollywood, sorry. These mountains in my childhood home have a special place in my heart. They inspire my music and my life. I hope being here does the same for you. Also, for those of you on TikTok live right now, if you go on Twitch, you can see the photos that we're looking at and all of that fun stuff. And then here's the bedroom of the house. I think there might be more than one bedroom, but just like imagine being around that many people all the time. Like imagine having 12 kids in your house literally all the time and just them being around you. Like, do you see how close the beds are together? Like, come on. Come on. Biggest bang for your buck. Drew Zamp, I think I'm in love with you, to be honest. That's really awesome for you. I'm loving that for you, and I'm loving that for me. Congratulations to both of us, because it is an honor to love someone. It is an honor to be loved from afar. My worst nightmare, to be honest. Being the middle kid of three, this is disturbing. I'm a career nanny, so believe me when I say 12 kids is too damn many. Exactly. Yes, my Twitch handle's the same. My handle is the same on everything. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, except on Instagram there's an extra T because someone has a Walmart parking lot and they have 0 posts and 12 followers and they're on private. But it's fine. Kids equals farm workers. That was also the vibe. People had kids to take care of their land. They were like, I need staff. They were like, I need fucking employees, and I know a free way to get them. You know what I mean? How are you banging with all them kids around? That's also a great question. If I could go back in time, that's probably the first thing I would ask. That's how many it was in my family. We have questions for you, Better Slug 28. Are you okay? Is your mother okay? Is anyone adopted? What's going on? The 35 kids in my classroom sounds like a deal for the 12 kids in my house. Out in the woods, props. Yeah, I guess you'd have to. That's why so many boomers have issues. They were hella neglected. Yeah, they were. They were hella neglected. Everyone's username I've ever wanted on Insta is taken by a 000 account. Yes, the sign in the background is exactly what you think it is. It's the note from Jersey Shore. TikTok can't see it, but Twitch can. There's also a skeleton back there. My grandfather is one of 27. One of the largest recorded families in the U.S. of all time. 1 in 27. Oh, what in the Duggars is going on? What? 1 in 27? Oh my God. Where do you even put them all? Oh, I would like to speak to this family. I'm concerned. They were made to babysit and raise those kids. What was in the water? God bless that woman. Yeah, for real. This is like a lot. This is a lot. 27 is some religious shit. My grandma was one of 13. I thank the universe every day for being an only child. I am like a level up from only child, where I am the youngest and my older sister is very loving and caring and is a fair amount older than me. So I got to have 3 parents that were all great. Woman was really in the Fertile Crescent. They aged out. My mom was the last of 10. Child mortality rate was a big fear, I think. What about mother mortality rate? I feel like that one was a big fear as well, you know? I have 3 siblings, and I thought that was a lot. Youngest of 7. My sister, that's my sister's life here, 17 years apart. Oh my God, y'all are 17 years apart? That's a lot. Me and my sister are 6 years apart. I have an older sister, and she made me eat ladybugs. There's some things that only an older sister can do. You know what I mean? You know, there's some things that have to come from your older sister. Okay, but back to Dolly Parton. So this fact is from like A Coat of Many Cohen is actually a fact about her life, but her father paid the missionary doctor with a sack of cornmeal for delivering her because they didn't have any money. So when the mother gave birth and the doctor came, he was like, oh, I don't have money to pay you for your services, but here's some cornmeal. And that's like an example of how poor she grew up. I knew corn had something to do with this. Corn! I was about to say put the corn emoji in the chat, but I don't want to invite the algorithm for that. So please don't. Me complaining about me and my brother being 4 years apart. My older sister peed on my bed and blamed it on the dog. Corn is the staple of American culture. I have 2 younger brothers, and we're all born in July, so birthdays are an investment. Listen to how hard my boyfriend played himself. So, we got Christmas. Our anniversary is a couple days later. My birthday's a couple days later. Put a trigger warning for corn, please. I have 2 younger brothers. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Sorry. My younger brother was literally born on my 2nd birthday. That feels targeted. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That feels extremely targeted. Okay, but let's continue. So Dolly Parton's father was illiterate. I know this seems like I'm just shading him for being illiterate, but it's going to come back later because she has a children's literacy program, like, inspired by this. So daddy raised that whole family. I hate the word daddy, like, in this context, on his brains and hard work. He was such a smart person. I always thought that if daddy had an education, there's no telling what he could have been because he knew how to barter, he knew how to bargain, he knew how to make everything work, and he knew how to count money. He knew exactly what everything was worth, how much he was going to make from the tobacco crop, what he could trade, and how he could make it all work. Her father was always kind of ashamed of the fact that he never learned to read and write. Here's more of a quote. But it's not a thing to be ashamed of because in my daddy's case, he grew up in a family of 15 kids. No wonder he didn't think it was weird that he had 12. Where was I? I lost it. Fuck. Oh, there it is. He grew up in a family of 15 kids back in the mountains. You had a 1-room schoolhouse and sometimes it was a mile away. Kids had to go to work in the fields to help feed the family. Because of the weather and because of the conditions, a lot of kids couldn't go to school. So if you read it like a Tennessee Southerner, daddy doesn't sound as weird when you say it, daddy. That's worse, I think. I don't think I like that better. Oh man, everyone's asking about racist roundup. We're going to talk about it, I promise. This is not a toxic positivity stream. Here's pictures of her as a child, and then here's her with her family. I don't know which one of these children is her, but that's her family. They say it so naturally, though. Jolene didn't get the message after Kid 5. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch Private Practice. I'm sorry. I don't understand that reference. This is a great example of how lack of access to education doesn't necessarily represent intelligence. Yes, exactly. I saw your TikTok about job applications. As I was saying earlier, I think everyone should always be looking for jobs because why not? You just got to see what's out there. But anyway, Dolly's early career. This is in the game. We're going to play a trivia game at the end. And this is one of the questions. She began performing when she was only 10 years old. She began performing as a child, singing on local radio and television programs in the East Tennessee area. And by 10, she was appearing on the Cass Walker Show. By 13, she was recording the single Puppy Love. It was with a small Louisiana label, Gold Band Records, and she appeared on Grand Ole Opry, where she first met Johnny Cash, who encouraged her to follow her own instincts regarding her career. So yeah, Bestie's finally taking a finals break, so I'm here. Oh my God, congratulations. Maybe I'm biased because I'm from Tennessee. Love that you tell us what will be on the test. Wish more teachers did that. Because, like, I don't want to trick you. It's supposed to be for fun. For fun. At one of the radio shows, she climbed a greased pole to win money. Oh my God, that's giving like exploiting poor children. I'm sorry she had to experience that. Wow, she was a baby. She started working super young. Super young. No one. Dolly Parton shows at age 10. For those of you on TikTok, I'm showing a meme, and it's from Toddlers and Tiaras. For the alternative text. She rised and grind. She said 9 to 5 at age 10. At age 10, she was like, oh, I'm ready to be a provider. I'm ready to be a provider. She used to steal condiments to make soup. That is so depressing. I used to always show my students this recipe from the Depression called Depression Soup, and it is like water and a little bit of ketchup and nothing else. And my students would always be like, "Oh my God, where did you find this picture? Like, how did you find this?" And I would literally just tell them the truth, that I found it on Tumblr because someone posted it in like a textbook that they had, because they thought it was a recipe, meaning like if someone's eating this, that means they're depressed and you need to check on them. But no, it's like literally from the Depression. I've never seen anything about young Dolly. I thought she was born as a 30-year-old woman. She was 10, working. The history of ketchup is wild. Maybe a stream? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm not into it. Okay, but anyway, moving on. After graduating from Sevier County High School in 1964, she moved to Nashville the next day. Day after graduation, she said, "Cap and gown are off and we are in the car. We are moving, we are going, we are done with this." Her initial success came as a songwriter. She signed with Combine Publishing shortly after her arrival. With her frequent songwriting partner, her uncle Bill Owens, she wrote several charting singles during this time, including 2 top 10 hits, Bill Phillips' "Put It Off Until Tomorrow" and Skeeter Davis's "Fuel Flame." Her songs were recorded by many other artists during this period, including Kitty Wells, Hank Williams Jr., and then she signed with Monument Records in 1965 at age 19. She was initially pitched as a bubblegum pop singer. So she kind of started her career as a writer for other people. Ghostwriting is when like you write something for somebody else. And then obviously she's a very talented singer, so they pitched her as a bubblegum pop singer. She's blonde, young. That it was the 60s. That was kind of like becoming a thing. So that makes sense. That happens to everybody. Did you know that Kesha doesn't even like to party, and that's just how they pitched her? Was that a party girl? Playing Sims, listening to the Queen talk about the Queen as fuck. That was the best vibe check right there. The best one. Okay. So she released a string of singles, but the only one that charted was Happy Happy Birthday Baby, and it did not crack the Billboard Hot 100. Although she expressed a desire to record country material, her record label Monument resisted, thinking her unique high soprano voice was not suited to the genre. So they said, "Bitch, you're gonna stay being a pop singer. We're not gonna let you sing country because we don't think your voice is good for that." So then in 1967, she started to do more country stuff. So musician and country music entertainer Porter Wagner invited Parton to be a part of his organization, offering her a regular spot on a weekly syndicated television program called The Porter Wagner Show and in his road show. As documented in her 1994 autobiography, much of Wagner's audience was unhappy that Norma Jean was no longer on the show. So when Dolly Parton was on the show, they were like, "Boo, we want Norma, we want Norma, boo, we want Norma," which I think is so rude and so nasty, because if Norma wanted to be here, she would. She would. If Norma wanted to be here, she would. Is it lagging for anyone else or just me? I hope it's not lagging. I have 0 frame drops. I'm sorry. Was Dolly like the OG exploited musical star? No, that was Shirley Temple. She was the OG country music star. Oh my God, it's laggy for people. I'm so sorry. I wish there was something I could do about that. Like, I'm sure there is, but I wish I knew what to do about it. That is rude. It is rude and so nasty. Okay. So, moving back to her country music success, with Wagner's assistance, eventually she started to be accepted, of course, because she's great. And then Wagner convinced his label RCA Victor to sign her. And then RCA decided to protect their investment by releasing her first single as a duet with Wagner. So, oh, it stopped lagging for you. Amazing. We love that for us. Okay. So, where was I? Was all fine for me. Okay, great. Shirley Temple would be a great lesson. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should get more into spotlighting a person. I was like really more into this than I thought I would be. Like normally I thought I wouldn't like this. I don't know why, but I'm into it. Okay, where was I? So yeah, she released a duet with this guy because they were like, "Hey, you're new. We don't know you like that, so we want you to do a duet with the guy that recommended you and that you've worked with a while." Very very much understandable. And that song was a remake of Tom Paxton's The Last Thing on My Mind. It was released in 1967 and reached the country top 10 in January of 1968, and then launched a 6-year streak of virtually uninterrupted top 10 singles for the pair. So they did tons and tons of stuff together. They're very successful working together, all of that. But yeah, I just thought it was really rude and really nasty that they booed her off stage. Here's a picture of them together. Loving the suit on him. This suit is really camp. Like, that is the definition of camp right there. Do you like your new job more than teaching? In some aspects, yes, and in some aspects, no. Just because I used to talk about history all day, and it's really fun for me. So nothing will be better than that, you know? Yes, I love the idea of all-encompassing child star series. Maybe I'll add it to the list. The higher the hair, the closer to God. Higher the hair, the closer to God. Dolly is. She really is. But yeah, here's them in 1969. This was high-class country. Okay, so, oh, damn it. I fucked up the font size on this one. I'm sorry that this is like literally the tiniest fucking thing ever. But anyway, for the next 2 years, none of her solo efforts became like super great. They were not as successful as her duets with Wagner. So the duo was named Vocal Group of the Year in 1968 by Country Music Associations, but Parton's solo records were Dolly Parton's solo records were continuously ignored. And Wagner had a significant financial stake in Dolly's future. He was her co-producer, owned nearly half of the record label and the publishing company that Dolly Parton had founded with Bill Owens. So they were like super like this, you know? It's kind of in the same vein as the rise of Hollywood. Could be an interesting topic. Oh, that is a good one. But anyway, by 1970, both Parton and Wagner had grown frustrated by the lack of her solo chart success, and Wagner persuaded Parton to record Jimmy Rogers' Mule Skinner Blues, a gimmick that worked. The record shot to number 3, followed closely in February of 1971 by her first number 1 single, Joshua. For the next 2 years, she had a ton of solo hits, including her signature song, A Coat of Many Colors, in addition to a bunch of duets. But yeah, it goes through a ton of specifics of her songs. But, it goes through a ton of specific examples of her songs on this slide. But I'll just leave it at she was like in her Slay era in the beginning of the 1970s. Had tons and tons and tons of things hitting the charts. Like I Will Always Love You, Jolene, all of the ones we know. And she wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You on the same day. On the same day. She wrote those two things. Where was I? Jolene is my favorite Dolly Parton song. By far, Jolene is my favorite Dolly Parton song. If I had to pick one, definitely would be Jolene. I'm not a huge country music fan. I love Dolly Parton as like a person, but I don't love country music that much. So like, except Casey Musgraves. But that's not really country. That's pop. God spoke through her that day. Yeah, for real. For real. God spoke through her. She's so talented. Thanks. So I was gonna not use any music in this because I was like, oh, I don't want to like get in trouble with YouTube because YouTube doesn't like when I play music. But I decided that I don't care because I want to listen to Jolene.
Welcome to that good old Nashville music. We're awful glad to be with you this week. We have Stonewall Jackson.
I love Dolly Parton so much. I named my dog after her.
Singing us, songwriting us, little blondes in country music coming up right now. Spec Rhodes is here, and a lot of good things to happen.
Also, someone asked if we're going to talk about her highlighting a lot of black musicians in her work. I don't talk about that specifically in here, but I talk about tons of the musicians that she worked with, and a lot of them are black. So I don't have like a slide dedicated to it because it's kind of in it throughout. It's the best song. The 3-year-old I nanny who has special needs is obsessed with Jolene. I have to play it multiple times a day. That's cute. Yes, we are on Twitch. We're watching Dolly on Twitch. So good. Look at that hair. And we're going to talk about what this song is about. She almost lost her time because she would not segregate her studio. Yes, that is true. Thank you for bringing that up. I wish I'd included that. But like I said, we have 63 slides. I've been listening to your YouTube all day at work. Thank you. As someone who doesn't enjoy country music, I can say this is such a slay, right? Right? Queen of wigs. Yes, she's a big wig girl. I've never worn a wig. I have really thick hair, so I feel like it would be like too much on me. I love her outfit. I'm wearing like the shitty version of her outfit right now. I'm wearing sweatpants. I kind of have a flare on them. That's why I said that. I do like country music. I want to recommend Tyler Childers to y'all. Okay, we're going to move on because I'm worried about copyright, and we've already been here for 2 minutes. So moving on, copywritten, I suppose. Yeah, I'll probably get in trouble, but whatever. I haven't gotten in trouble on Twitch before. We'll see. Okay, have you ever been to Dollywood? I have not. Would love to go. But anyway, now we're going to talk about her kind of pop transition. Between 1974 and 80, she had a series of country hits with 8 singles that reached #1, and her influence on pop culture is reflected by many performers covering her songs, including mainstream and crossover artists like Olivia Newton-John, Emmylou Harris, and Linda Ronstadt. After New Harvest's disappointing crossover performance, Dolly Parton then turned to a high-profile pop producer, Gary Klein, for her next album. So the result was 1977's Here You Come Again became her first million seller, topped the country album chart, and reached #20 on the pop chart. So it also kind of reminds me of like Casey Musgraves vibes of like the pop country kind of like bouncing back and forth doing both. Where was I? The Berryman Man Cynthia Well-Pined title track topped the country singles chart and became her first top 10 single on the pop chart. The second single, double-sided A, Two Doors Down, It's All Wrong But It's All Right, topped the country chart and crossed over to pop 20. And for the remainder of the 70s and 80s, many of her singles were on both charts simultaneously. So that is really incredible. Isn't Gary Klein Ethan Klein's grandpa? Is it the same? That's a really common name. I don't think it's the same person. I don't think it is. Gary Klein is his dad. Yeah, I think it is his dad. So I think it's a different Gary Klein, but I don't know. Apparently she keeps her mic pack in her wig because her clothes are too tight and it would show. That's incredible. And you know that outfit is polyester. Mr. Doctor does Dolly Parton for Halloween. That's an incredible idea. I'm going to do that. Okay, moving on. But yeah, she was topping the charts of the pop industry and of the country industry. And this is my favorite picture of her. I think this is the best picture of her ever. I think she looks great. I love her earrings. She looks gorgeous. Love. It's just a great picture. I should, honestly, I'm going to get this printed as a poster and put it up in my like kitchen as art. I love that. Imagine if I got this framed in a poster, but the frame was like hot pink glitter. Wouldn't that be so cool? For those of you that are on TikTok right now, you can see the picture on Twitch. XO Gossip Girl. That will be so good, right? Okay, but moving on. How long have we been on here? 30 minutes. Oh, we're making decent time. All right. Okay, so more Slay era. Here's a list of like literally every single award she won. I don't really want to read through it, but you can see that it lists like literally 10 different of her songs that reached top 10. Heartbreaker, Baby I'm Burning, The Only One, they all were in top 40. Sweet Summer Lovin' became the only Parton single in 2 years to not top the country chart, even though it reached the top 10. So literally like every single thing that she puts out, it's just like top the chart, top the chart, top the chart, top the chart. Like she was doing it, she was crushing it. And she was also just producing an insane amount of music, like volume-wise. Like, someone said she was the Beyonce of country music at the time. She was the Beyonce of country music in the fact that she would not stop topping the charts. And then she was the Taylor Swift of country music in the fact that she was just pumping out albums. This woman's work ethic, just zooming and zooming and zooming. So much work. I saw her in concert once. She tells stories about her life in between every song, and it was so wonderful. It made you feel like you really got to know her personally. I want to go to her concert now. Short and Stout, thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I want to go to her concert now. Her commercial success grew in 1980 with 3 consecutive country chart #1 hits, Starting All Over Again, Old Flames Can't Hold a Candle to You, which was covered by Kesha, and 925, which topped the country and pop charts in early 1981. She also had another top 10 single that year, Making Plans. It was released with Porter Wagner, so she's working with him again, and was released as a part of a lawsuit settlement between the pair. Imagine, like, you and your old partner suing each other. I was going to get more into that, but then I realized I don't care about him, and I just wanted to talk about how great she is. 9 to 5, the Common Man's Communist Manifesto. But yeah, imagine, like, oh, we have to make a song together, and it's court mandated. That's just so funny to me. That's quite hilarious. I'm going to chew on this little twist tie, and that's just what's going to be happening. So I'm not going to talk about her acting career a ton, the fact that I have 63 slides and I'm barely even touching on that, but she does have an acting career. She's been in tons of movies. One of them was 9 to 5, which she wrote the song for. Here's the album cover, I think, or the movie cover. I don't know. The theme song to the 1980 feature film 9 to 5, which she starred along with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, not only reached #1 on country chart, also on the pop chart and on the adult contemporary chart, which gave her a triple #1 hit. So she is crushing it in every single facet of the way. Can we talk about Meg Thee Stallion? I don't really know that much about her, so not at this exact second, no. The Communist Manifesto comedy comment of the night. Honestly, you're right. Let me stop and find it. There you are. We're going to use my favorite picture of Dolly in the thumbnail. Has she cameoed on Gracie and Frank yet? I don't think so, not that I'm aware of. The judge who ordered the collab song laughing all the way to the grave. He's like, I liked when they worked together, so I thought it should be court mandated. Alrighty. Dolly Parton becoming one of the few female country singers to have #1 singles on the country and pop charts simultaneously. Ugh. No, she hasn't. She's not been on that show. This is a meme for those of you on TikTok that can't see because you're not on Twitch. None of my business. It says, get ready for the slayage we've all been living for. Because she's like literally just hitting it every time. Because Dolly Parton could write the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx couldn't write 9 to 5. She cameoed as God in Grace and Frankie. Oh my God, what? What? And she didn't even break a sweat. She literally the whole time was just like, yeah, I'm having a great time and living my life. I'm just living, laughing, and loving. Between 1981 and 1985, she had 12 top 10 hits, and 6 of them hit #1. This is a level of success that almost no one reaches. The memes hit. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. The memes hit. For those of you that are on TikTok, the memes are hitting. Also, I might have to get off TikTok soon because it's dying, but that's great. Being on TikTok and Twitch is such a galaxy brain. Oh my God. Okay, I switched. Hell yeah. Me realizing I'm already on slide 22 or 23 and not even being halfway through her career and haven't even touched her philanthropy. Like, the fact that we have been talking about her for 38 minutes and we've barely scratched the surface. Incredible. I don't watch Grace and Frankie, but Trixie and Katya watched in their Netflix show and Dolly was there and angelic. Oh, interesting. TikTok is too much information, overwhelming. So Dolly is an overthinker and it's the only way she could write all of these songs. Okay, so 1987 to 2005, country and bluegrass period. She sold several million copies and produced 4 top 10 country hits, including Phil Spector's To Know Him Is to Love Him, which went #1. The trio won the Grammy Award for Best Country Music. In a further attempt at pop success, she had an album, Rainbow, included the single The River Isn't Broken. It ended up being a commercial letdown, which caused her to focus more on country material, which that is her roots. Can we talk about Jane Fonda and her political slide sometime? Ooh, I've talked about her a little bit in regards to other events, but maybe I like that. Where was I? White Limousine produced 2 #1 hits. They were Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That and Yellow Roses, and that was in 1989. Here is a picture of her in 1989. I'm absolutely obsessed with this picture. It is literally so camp. Please look at her earrings and please look at her hair. Please look at her earrings and please look at her hair. Someone's being annoying. That sucks. Band. Bye. You're gone. They're like, are there not even any mods? Bitch, I'm the mod, and I rule with an iron fist. You're gone. There's nothing more feminist than classic country women. Well, a lot of classic country women are quite racist, but the ones that are not, a lot of times hit really different. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend has a Dolly Parton pinup tattoo. Are you dating my friend? Because my friend has that. Multitasking queen took out the trash. I was like, literally no. Like, goodbye. Goodbye. You're done. You're done. You're done. Okay. Moving on. Now that the trash has been removed, 2005 to present. So Parton earned her 2nd Academy Award nomination for Traveling Through, which she wrote for a movie. Due to the song's acceptance of a transgender woman, Dolly Parton started receiving death threats. Dolly Parton has always been a woman of the people. Like someone mentioned before, she's always highlighted Black artists. She required her studio to not be segregated. And then this was in 2005 that she was, like someone said, Dolly said trans rights in 2005. Like, I know even today, transgender people face so much, but I think in 2005, it was a lot, like, even more unheard of to be speaking about these things than it is today. It's like you in your classroom without the mods. Exactly. It's like, I had 150 high schoolers. I can handle this. Like, don't fuck with me. Much better than the classroom. She can just block them here. On Zoom, I would be like, sure, you're done. You're done. Okay, but anyway, she returned to the #1 country chart later in 2005 by lending her distinctive harmonies to the Brad Paisley ballad, When I Get Where I'm Going. And then in 2007, she released her first single from her own record company, Dolly Records, titled Better Get to Livin', which eventually peaked the number 48 Billboard's Hot Country Song chart. It was followed by the studio album's Backwoods Barbie, which was released in 2008 and reached #2 on the country chart, and the album's debut was at number 17 on the all-genre Billboard 200 albums chart, was the highest in her career. And Backwoods Barbie produced 4 additional singles, including the title track, written as part of her score for 9 to 5, the musical, and adaptation of the feature film. So she is quite literally in everything. She's acting. She is singing. She's involved in musicals. She writes songs for other people. She has her own record label. By this point, she already had her amusement park. Like, what can't she do? I want to find... Are you going to talk about the Dixie Show? Yes, we will talk about the Dixie Show. It's actually coming up. I want to find one thing that Dolly Parton can't do. Okay? I want to find one thing. Okay, so October 27th, 2009, she releases a 4-CD box set, which featured 99 songs and spanned most of her career. She also released her 2nd live DVD and album, Live from London, in 2009. And then in 2010, with longtime friend Billy Ray Cyrus, she released the album Brother Clyde. Parton is featured on The Right Time, which she co-wrote with Cyrus and Morris. In 2011, she announced their new album titled Better Day, and then in 2011, she announced that she would embark on the Better Day World Tour in Northern Europe and around the US. Like, anyone else would not be working if they were her. Anyone else, they would be like, I'm rich as fuck. I'm done working. Couldn't escape Dolly, even if you tried, even if you wanted to. Plus, she was in Hannah Montana. Yes, we're going to talk about her being in Hannah Montana and being Miley's godmother. Of course, we're going to talk about that. Here's some other stuff about her career. The album's lead-off signal. I keep saying signal when I mean single. Together, You and I was released 2011. Better Day was released in 2011 as well. And she also voiced the carrier Dolly Gnome in the animated film Romeo and Juliet. So, like, do you see what I'm saying? That it's like she's in everything? Like Dolly Parton, again, what can't she do? And then in 2012, after the sudden death of Whitney Houston, Parton stated Mine is only one of millions of hearts broken over the death of Whitney Houston. I will always be grateful and in awe of the wonderful performance she did on my song and can truly say from the bottom of my heart, Whitney, I will always love you. You will be missed. She also, like, when Whitney Houston did I Will Always Love You, Dolly Parton was like, that's better than mine. Thank you. Great job. With all the grace and all the love in the world. Oscars were won for her work in Nomeo and Juliet. Nomeo and Juliet, I'm going to make my boyfriend watch that tonight. We need to watch. Babe, if you're watching, we're watching Nomeo and Juliet tonight, just so you know. Thanks. But yeah, Dolly Parton crushing it. Recent Dolly Parton behavior. Like I said, we're going to go through her whole career, and then we're going to get to other stuff too. So August 2020, she announced plans to release her first holiday album in 30 years, A Holly Dolly Christmas. And then on December 6th, the special aired where she performed songs from her album. And then in October 2022, she stated that she would no longer tour but would continue to play live shows occasionally. So she does not tour anymore. She was born in 1946. Like, if I was her, I wouldn't be on tour. But she still is occasionally doing the live show thing. So now we're going to move on to talk about all this other stuff about her life and her charity work and all of this stuff. She can't breastfeed because of her boob job. That's the only thing she can't do. If you get a boob job, can you still breastfeed? I'm pretty sure that you can. Can you not? I don't know, actually. I don't know why I said I'm pretty sure you can. I could literally have no idea. We're going to talk about the Playboy cover. Okay, but our queen loves plastic surgery. Like, when it comes to Dolly's image, you can still breastfeed. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, it very much depends. Interesting. Well, I guess it depends for everyone. Some people can breastfeed and some people they can't for a variety of reasons. Sometimes the baby's mouth is, like, unable to do that. We're getting so off topic right now. Why are we talking about breastfeeding? Anyway, 2003, Oprah Winfrey Show. Oprah Winfrey asked what kind of cosmetic surgery Dolly Parton had undergone, which, like, don't get into the specifics of that. And then Parton replied that cosmetic surgery was imperative with keeping with her famous image, and she has repeatedly joked and said it takes a lot of money to look this cheap, which I think is hilarious, and I think is just so funny that's my favorite phrase. I love it. When someone asked about future plastic surgery, she famously said, if I see something sagging, bagging, or dragging, I'll get it nipped, tucked, or sucked. I love that she just fucking says it. Like, it's sad that she's lived with all these beauty standards and she's probably had people picking apart her body and her appearance her whole fucking life. Like, I'm sure that that's where this comes from. But the fact that she just says it with her full chest is hilarious to me. And okay, so this is a quote from her. She said, womanhood was a difficult thing to get a grip on in those hills unless you were a man. I would love to hear people analyze this because I read it and I was like kind of confused. I don't really understand what she means by this, but I'm ready to listen to you all's opinion about, I'll read it again. Womanhood was a difficult thing to get a grip on in those hills unless you were a man. What does that mean? I don't get it. I'm sure it's my fault. Like, I'm sure I'm wrong and dumb. Like, I'm sure she's right. I'll give you the chat a second to catch up with me and help explain that. You can grab a woman if you're a man. That's kind of what I was thinking. Probably because men controlled women. Yeah, that makes sense. But then I didn't see how that related to her appearance per se. I don't know. Okay, ZK Butterworth. This is what I think it is. Women struggled with the perfect idea of beauty, but men had the image in the first place. Like, men had the image of what they wanted women to look like, and they had the control. Like, I think that's what it is. It's like women struggle with womanhood and what it means to be a woman, but men are like, they have expectations for women. Like, they're not confused about womanhood. I think that's what it means, which encompasses the manhandling as well. Men are setting the beauty standards. Okay, I'm so glad we had this conversation. So glad. A Walmart parking lot student. Oh my God. This is so funny. That's so funny. Possible ban invader monitoring. I don't even know what that means. No, I think it's just so that men can grab women. Men are toxic. Okay, well, this is taking a turn. Okay. Me when I see a southern blonde woman with big boobs and fake eyelashes in the media. Representation matters, and I'm being represented. You're the only reason I got this account. That's so funny. I love that. Account created 19 minutes ago. That's so funny that I can see that. That's kind of creepy. I think that's like very Big Brother-esque that I can see that you guys' accounts and when they were created. Okay, Dolly is also a meme queen. She posted this meme on Instagram in 2020 that everyone loved. It's like the meme where it was like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, and she put her Playboy cover as Tinder, which is so funny to me. But yeah, she posted this January of 2020. Same here, wanted to see the slides, right? I'm telling you, it's great. Oh my God, people on TikTok are being annoying and rude. I have anxiety about commenting on things, but I love the stream. I always watch it on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Love this for us. TikTok is not as good as this, right? It's so much better here. Okay, so it's Dollywood, not Dolly World. I fucked up on TikTok and misspoke. I'm sorry, I was talking fast, and I did make that TikTok after a very long day, so I apologize for being wrong. Oh, you loved the Thanksgiving stream? Good. I had mixed feelings about that one. Hi, Jane. Hi. Dolly's life is just nonstop slaying. My cat is also watching the lesson. Everyone say hi to Jane. Oh, that's why we're saying hi to Jane. I thought someone named Jane was just like, hey, it's my first time. So that's the only comment you saw. It's been really nice here. Yeah, generally speaking, the internet is so nice to me. Like, I see what other creators go through and how fucking disgusting people are to them, and I'm so glad that, like my followers are so nice. People are really respectful of boundaries. Like, I think it's just like I really have a vibe going on with you all, and I greatly appreciate that. Okay, anyway, moving on. Okay, so what is Dollywood? Dollywood is a theme park. It is owned by Dolly Parton and Hershey Family Entertainment. I don't know what that is. It's located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That's right outside of Knoxville. It's near the gateway to the Smoky Mountains, so it's like kind of near where she grew up. And it is the biggest ticketed attraction in Tennessee and has won many international awards. And its typical season is from mid-March to the Christmas holidays. That is a very long season. Mid-March to Christmas? That's a long season. That's a very long season. Where was I? In addition to the standard amusement park thrill rides, I hate that I like that, but I just like have terrible sinuses. I'm sorry. In addition to the standard amusement park thrill rides, Dollywood also offers traditional crafts and music of the Smoky Mountains and hosts a number of concerts and musical events each year, including appearances by Dolly Parton and her family, as well as other national and local acts. It's 150 acres. It has a 35-acre sister water park, Dollywood's Splash Country, a 20-acre Dollywood's Dreammore Resort and Spa, and a 5-acre Dolly Parton Stampede dinner attraction. We're going to talk about that. Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri is owned by the same people. Pretty good company. That's good to hear. I didn't realize there were theme parks that weren't year-round. No, I think that it is open year-round, but that's like their busy season. So like a resort that I used to work at, our busy season was May to September. Like that's when we had extra staff and seasonal staff and stuff like that. Can we take a field trip to Dollywood? We're actually going to talk about that. Here's a map of Dollywood. Okay, in all the Googling that I was doing over the last couple days about Dollywood, the biggest thing I saw is you can't do it in one day. You cannot do it in one day. I'm from Georgia. You cannot do it in one day. That's what everyone's saying. It's like you cannot do Dollywood in one day. It's not open year round. No, they close. Oh my God. Call me the fuck out. Thank you. You're right. Most amusement parks are open round though. Where are you streaming this? Twitch. Love you. Thank you. Link is in my thing. Oh, they closed for repair and new rides. Very efficient. Yeah, that's kind of unusual. I didn't realize it was that big, right? Field trip to Dollywood and the Milk Caves. I went to Dollywood as a kid in the 90s and we did multiple days. I want to go and do multiple days here. Y'all are TanaCon? Oh wait, shit, my phone's dying. Do y'all remember TanaCon? We're gonna have Redacted Con at Dollywood. That's where we're having it. Also, this picture of her at Dollywood is just gorgeous. In Ohio, we can't have year-round theme parks because the weather here sucks. I will be in attendance. In the north, they close after Halloween. That's how you can tell I'm from the south. I'm like, why wouldn't it be open year-round? But I guess that makes sense. You don't want to be in an amusement park when it's like 10 degrees. We need to plan Redacted Con. Give us water, please, unlike Tana. No, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm going to be here. Pull up. Come through if you want to come. You can come to Dollywood. if you want to hang out. It's not going to be official. I met Dolly at Dollywood and Kesha randomly. Firefest style. Yeah, it would be Firefest style, absolutely. The Christmas lights. I want to go there for Christmas. Christmas. Okay, so we're going to talk about the history of Dollywood. Now we are going to talk about the weird racist show Stampede that multiple people have brought up. We're going so in depth. I was deep down this rabbit hole. So, the park opened in 1961. This is before she owned it. She bought it. So we're talking about the park before it was Dollywood. Okay? So the park opened in 1961. It was owned by the Robbins brothers from North Carolina, and it was called Rebel Railroad. It included a steam train, general store, blacksmith shop, and a saloon. And this was the theme. The theme was inspired by the 100-year anniversary of the Civil War. The train ride let visitors experience attacks by the Union soldiers, train robbers, and, this is a quote, not what you should say, Indians, indigenous people, Native Americans. The train and its riders were protected by Confederates who fought off the attacks. This is, again, before Dolly Parton is involved, but I wanted to show you the origin of this place. Yikes, 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 yikes. It's so bad. It's literally so bad. Like, I told you all I was going to lay it all out and not hold back. Literally, not only is it glamorizing the Confederates, it's like weirdly like fetishizing them protecting you and then like being like fake oppression of being in the battle. Like, what is this? Oh, she did not buy it when it was like this. She did not buy it when it was like this. It went through evolutions before she bought it. Welcome to East Tennessee. Exactly. This reminds me of Stone Mountain with their, like, Civil War bullshit. What in the white supremacy? I know! Where it's like, we'll protect you from the Union soldiers. Relax. 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 Okay, then, in 1970, this guy, Art Modell, who also owned the Cleveland Browns football team, bought Rebel Railroad and renamed it Gold Rush Junction. So I guess Rebel Railroad is like the worst it was, and then Gold Rush Junction is slightly less offensive than Rebel Railroad. At least Gold Rush is like non-political, but it is. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. Gold Rush Junction in Tennessee. Exactly. It's like, it doesn't make sense, but at least it's not about the Civil War. Very weird theme, right? It's very, very weird. And then in 1976, Jack and Pete Hershend bought Gold Rush Junction and renamed it Gold Rush. And then in 1977, they named it Silver Dollar City. And then in 1986, Dolly Parton, who grew up in the area, bought interest in it. And as a part of the deal, it reopened as a Dollywood. So it kind of like was going through these evolutions and weirdness from its like literal Civil War cosplay origins to now this like silver dollar, just kind of like Western yeehaw themed place. Gold Rush Junction, that's promoting American capitalism, exactly. And then when Dolly bought in, she rebranded the whole thing. And in 2010, she said she became involved with the operation because she said, always thought that if I made it big or got successful, that's what I had started out to do. I wanted to come back to my part of the country and do something great, something that would bring a lot of jobs into this area. So I don't think she bought it because it was an amusement park. I think that she bought it just because she wanted to do something for the area that was going to provide good jobs for people. Is she the main owner? I think now she is. She wanted to like better the community and provide like economic stimulation to the community. She wasn't like, I'm obsessed with that theme park, let me buy it. It was more like, you know what they say, location, 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 more so than it being an actual park. So that being said, so Dolly's problematic era, the Dixie Stampede. So the Dixie Stampede, This is the thing everyone has been bringing up this whole time. The Dixie Stampede is a dinner show that was at Dollywood that is very much giving the same vibes as like the Rebel Railroad era of Dollywood. So this is an article from a woman that actually visited this. Where was that? I thought I included this, but I found the article that wrote it. Her name is Aisha Harris. I think I put it later. Oh, wait, just kidding. Yeah, it is later. We'll get to that. So this is what the dinner was like before it changed. It has since been changed, but this is what it was like before. And this was not in like the fucking 1970s. This was in like 2015. Like it was a separate attraction down the road. Yeah, it was like the OG thing, but it was a part of Dollywood. But it was like not a ride. It's like a dinner show. So it's like a big ass building. It's in downtown Pigeon Forge, not Dollywood. Yes, but I think it is technically Dollywood. Like, she owned it. It's a part of Dollywood, but it's, like, not right there. See what I'm saying? It's a complicated situation. We're going to talk about the benefits of Dollyworld. I was on the Dollywood, I can't talk. We're going to talk about the benefits at Dollywood. I was on their HR website. And thank you to Twitchy Teacher and Raydre for subscribing. We love. Okay, but anyway, it's advertised back then as a extraordinary dinner show pitting the North against the South in a friendly and fun rivalry. Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede is the lost cause of the Confederacy meets Cirque du Soleil. It's a lily white kitsch extravaganza that play acts the Civil War but never once mentions slavery. Instead, it romanticizes the Old South with generous portions of corn on the cob and Southern belles in Christmas lights. I don't know what the fuck this says. But yeah, it's like basically a plantation mansion and you have to pick one side of the audience. Like, you have more corn. I know how I said there wasn't going to be corn and then now there's been corn twice. You had to pick if you were on like the Confederate side or the Union side, and that's where you sat. And like, that's fucking insane, especially as someone who just recently moved to Virginia from Massachusetts. Yeah, like, it's overall really fucking weird. Like, it's really glamorizing the Civil War. It's really just like cringe. Very, very cringe, where no one talks about the Civil War. Yeah, so they like talk all about the Civil War, it's the Union versus the Confederacy, but then they just exactly, it's like medieval times. It's Civil War medieval times. They pretend that slavery wasn't involved. And then they also, so you know who was racist in the crowd blatantly. I wonder if there was differences in tipping on each side. I would be curious about that. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, they also had a lot of offensive shit to Native Americans because, like, they were like, ooh, it's like they said, Cirque du Soleil. So they'd have to do, like, fire-breathing shit that was, like, historically inaccurate. Just, like, overall, very cringe, very not good, very gross, very much not a thing. Not a thing that we want to be doing. Me reading this. Like, when I was reading about this, I was so glad. Okay, but Southern people do that IRL. I know. I was, like, 0% surprised because I was like, I grew up in Georgia, so I know how much people like fetishize the Civil War. And when I was reading this, I was like, yeah, people would eat that shit up. Like, I'm not surprised at all that people went there. I was surprised that Dolly Parton was involved with it, but when I was reading about the attraction, I was like, that sounds about right. Does she have a plan to make a new show? Already done. Well, I'll talk about the change and all of that. This show is no longer a thing. But because a lot of people asked about it, I wanted to make sure I brought it up. I'm in Alabama and they're everywhere. Okay, so some more detail about the show. Aisha Harris, I don't know why her name is there twice, is an African-American woman who attended the show twice and is a journalist. I don't know if that's her full-time thing as journalism, but I found an article she wrote, so that makes her a journalist. So she's a journalist, and she wrote an article in Slate in 2017 about the show. So remember when I said that this was not ancient history? It was in 2017. Unfortunately, in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, lots of storefronts have Confederate flags and merch. It's a big yikes. Yeah, in Georgia, same thing. In Florida. Okay. Got my Dr. Pepper. Let's continue to get into it. So she gives a lot more detail about the entire show, and it has videos and photos and all of this stuff. The last slide had a lot of quotes from her article, but I just wanted to give you the article in case you wanted to look at all the photos and watch all the videos. This is where what I was talking about. It shows like the bathrooms. It talks about the waiters' outfits. Like it's so detailed. But it's basically like this was a summary of it. Was that other slide that we looked at. But yeah, overall, it glorifies the pre-Civil War South. It has this big plantation, but it never mentions slavery, which is weird because that's what the Civil War was about. And it just refers to everything as Northerners and Southerners. So the author of this actually went twice in one day, and one time sat on the northerner side and one time sat on the southerner side. And in her article, she talks about like the differences and like talked to people in the audience on each side and all of that. So highly recommend her article. It's in Slate. It is titled Springtime for the Confederacy, and it was written in 2017. Now, we're going to look at her other article where it's about the changes that was made in 2018. It's nuts that still happens in Canada. Wait, what's happening in Canada? Oh, people have Confederate flags in Canada? What the fuck? Okay, so update on it. This is her updated article from 2018. She said, in January, it appeared that my concerns, as well as I imagine those of many other Dolly fans who would be audience members, had sparked a bit of change from the creative forces behind the show. It was announced that the production would drop the name Dixie from its title. Now I think it's called Dolly Stampede. And then it says, we recognize that attitudes change, the press statement read, and feel that by streamlining the names of our shows, it will remove any confusion or concerns about our shows and will help our effort to expand in new cities. So I feel like that statement meant nothing. Like, that statement, you said nothing. You were like, we changed it. Sorry if you were confused, but like no one was confused. You just did it. You did a bad thing. While this was pleasant news, the announcement didn't specify whether or not any changes would be made to the actual show, which was undoubtedly more troublesome than the mere word Dixie. Now, thanks to a reader who was gracious enough to report back to me after her recent visit to the Branson, Missouri location, I have my answer. Dolly Parton's Stampede has mostly stamped out the Dixie plantation from the imagery too. So I was surprised by the radical changes I saw in the show. It still takes place in a building that resembles a southern plantation, but the plantation backdrop inside the arena has been replaced by rocky natural forms, and the North still battles the South, but it's not in like Civil War bang bang vibes. They do pig races and chicken catching contest. So like still a little weird. I don't know what's happening in the chat right now. Anyway, still weird that it's the North and the South, but I guess better that it's not the Civil War and it's just like animal cruelty, I guess. I don't know. Indeed, all references to the Civil War, I think it's fake animals, just kidding. Indeed, all references to the Civil War had been removed. We don't hear Dixie, and there is no mention of generals or military on either side. So I wanted to go over this really in depth because so many people had brought it up on TikTok and then so many people have brought it up on here. But yeah, overall, not great. Not great, but also I can completely see how like, oh, it's definitely not fake animals. It's real animals. Do you think they're treated well? Why keep the North versus the South though? I'm intrigued about the real animals. Anyway, but yeah, definitely weird. Definitely not great. The new show had a lot of weird depictions of indigenous people. Ooh, I don't like that. You see what I mean? It's just like not that great. I feel like they should just get rid of it. Like they should just rebrand it into completely something else. There's articles about the mistreatment of horses. I overall don't love animals having jobs. Has anyone been here the whole time? Do you know if she's mentioned the gloves thing? I've not. I don't think I know what the gloves thing is. I'm assuming it's like rodeo type tricks and games. Exactly. They could just make it like a rodeo vibe and just do it like have like an audience member pick the team name each time. Like it's really easy to fix things. It's really easy. Like making native culture mystical. Yeah, it's not a vibe. It's really not good. She could be doing better here. Who would even want to go see a show at Dollywood? Like go roller go ride a roller coaster. Like, just make a dinner show about Dolly Parton. Exactly. Oh, people say Dolly wears gloves with fake nails glued on like drag queens. That's funny. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, that is the rundown about the Dixie Stampede that some people asked about. Me finding out that a theme park in Tennessee that was originally named Rebel Railroad and created for the 100th anniversary of the Civil War had a show that glorifies plantation life. Like, as soon as I read the origins of this, it's not inside the theme park, it's like downtown Disney. Yeah, it's like a ways away, I think. But anyway, as soon as I read the origins of this theme park, I was like, yeah, I'm 0% surprised that this ride was there. Or not this ride, this attraction was there. So, moving on from that one specific show, I want to talk about the words Rebel Railroad were a big hint. Yeah, exactly. Moving on from that not great thing that I'm glad we addressed, I want to talk about the Dollywood employee experience. Big thing she was famous for. Blue Booby, it has been a while. Welcome back. They announced that Dollywood Parks and Resorts will cover 100% of tuition, fees, and books for any employee that chooses to pursue further education starting on day one of employment. So that's so unusual for you to get your benefits on day one of employment. And the average Dollywood hourly pay ranges from $13 per hour to $25 per hour. And just for context, minimum wage in Tennessee is $7.25 an hour. So she's paying her employees like most of them almost double what the minimum wage is. Which is crazy to me. This is straight from the dollywood.com/jobs/benefits, and this is not even all the benefits her employees get. I just picked my favorite ones. So one, health insurance, affordable health options for all full-time, seasonal, and year-round employees. They have a family health center. The employee health center provides employees with basic office visits, x-rays, lab work, and a copay, whether they are insured or not. So her employees can go to the doctor, like, literally right at work for free, even if they don't have insurance. Did you know they have a parade when she's in town? As they should. 401k and profit sharing. So I'm going to explain profit sharing. We're going to be in our finance era. It's going to take 2 seconds. So normally companies have investors or owners. And then when the company has profits, the owner gets to keep all the money because they own it. Some companies do profit sharing where the employees get a portion of the profits. So when the business does well, the employees get paid extra. So it's good because it motivates the employees to be like good at their jobs and try harder and like want to create a very functioning business. So like they stay longer, they're much happier, and employees make more money. Like overall, it's just a really good thing to do for a company. I think Publix does this as well. So Dollywood does have profit sharing. 401k retirement plans that are available after 1 year. They also have paid time off, including holiday, vacation, sick, and flex pay. Very, very unusual for hourly, like hospitality positions. They also have a survivor income benefit. A lot of people that are like in hourly jobs, a lot of times if they pass away suddenly, it causes a lot of financial issues for their family, especially if they do not have life insurance, which if you are in an hourly job, it's probably more likely that you don't have life insurance because it might not be a benefit. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, upon any employee's death, the company will pay 12 weeks of the employee's pay to the family, and that is available to all employees on their first day of work. Not if they die at work. I mean, yes, if they die at work, but I don't think that'll happen. Just if they die in general. This is not just like a workers' comp thing. She based her look off of prostitutes, which were often trans women. It's true. Dolly's been with the people. My company does profit sharing, and it's the best. Bonuses come next week. I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for you and not at all jealous. They also do adoption reimbursement assistance for up to $3,000 per adoption. Me burnt out at my corporate job applying to Dollywood. That's the mood. That is the mood right there. All right, everyone talking about their pay in the chat. Okay, moving on to what we all came here for, Dolly Parton's activism. I saved the for last. If you are on TikTok right now, on Twitch, you can see my slides and my screen and stuff. I was doing my nails and had to stop to paint my son. Your son's nails or like his whole body? What did he demand? He was like, paint me. But anyway, moving on to Dolly Parton's activism. First thing I wanted to talk about is, why is the same person putting in this chat thing again? Sorry, my screen like keeps getting stuck on things. My computer's being very glitchy. That's annoying. Her book club, yes. So Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Since the mid-1980s, she's supported many charitable efforts, particularly in the area of literacy. If you've been here the whole time, you know her dad was illiterate. That's kind of where her passion comes from. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is a part of the Dollywood Foundation, mails 1 book per month to each child enrolled from the time of their birth until they enter kindergarten. Currently, over 1,600 local communities provide imagination. I'm going to be kicked off of TikTok Live because my phone's on 10%. I'm sorry. Over 1,600 local communities provide the Imagination Library to almost 850,000 children each month across the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, and the Republic of Ireland. And in 2018, Parton was honored by the Library of Congress on the account of charity sending out of its 100th millionth book. So 1 in 10 children under the age of 5 in the US receives books from this program. Just from like a program adoption standpoint, that is incredible. I remember not too long ago, Fox News was mad about her providing books with LGBT themes, and she was like, well, I'm not going to stop. Yeah, because she's like, it's literally for free, so shut the fuck up. That's what I also heard is like if you, we're going to look at the books, but I heard that it is like the book selection is great. It's very, very diverse, it's age appropriate, it's based on your kid's age. It includes lots of different authors, like someone mentioned, LGBT things, all of that. I signed my baby up in the hospital, as you should. I'm going to try and sign myself up. No, I'm just kidding. That would be fraud. Where was I? And this is a quote from her. She said, when I was growing up in the hills of East Tennessee, I knew my dreams would come true. I know there are children in your community with their own dreams. They dream of becoming a doctor or an inventor or minister. Who knows? Maybe there is a little girl whose dream is to be a writer and a singer. The seeds of these dreams are often found in books, and the seeds you help plant in your community can grow across the world. I'm literally crying. Like, I'm literally, she just expanded to California this year, but like, I'm crying. I'm crying. And you can go to imaginationlibrary.com to register. It's very easy to register. It is not available everywhere, but it's available lots of places. So definitely worth checking. But yeah, I just thought that's really, really beautiful. I used to work at the public library and always encourage parents to sign up. They should sign up. Here is the like books that she has right now. This is the 2022. You can see it's like by age group. So tons of books that you get. Some of them are hers, Coat of Many Colors. So it's like by the year that your kid is born. She sends books to kids in Newfoundland, Canada. So wholesome. So cute. But yeah, they're baby books. Oh, this is what it means. The red signifies a new book to the program, and the blue signifies as bilingual English or Spanish or Hispanic content. Interesting. Good Dolly. You can see she's doing great work with this. She probably really, like, knowing her, she probably hires like all the experts who know all about children's development and all that stuff to like pick the best books possible. And yeah, you got to tell your kid is 5. Very cute. Okay, moving on. Thank you for gifting subscriptions. Love when you guys do that. Okay, so the Dollywood Foundation is funded by Dolly Parton's profits, has been noted for bringing jobs and tax revenues to a previously depressed region. She has also worked to raise money for several other causes, including the American Red Cross and HIV and AIDS related charities. In 2006, she pledged $500,000 for a hospital and cancer center to be constructed in the name of the physician who delivered her. And then she announced a benefit concert to raise additional funds for the project, and the concert played for 8,000 people. And that same year, Emmylou Harris and she allowed their music to be used in a PETA ad campaign that encouraged pet owners to keep their dogs indoors rather than chained outside. PETA's crazy, though. honestly. Like, Pete would be wilding out sometimes. In response to the 2016 Great Smoky Mountain wildfires, she was a number of country music artists who participated in a telethon to raise money for the victims. It was held in Nashville on December 9th. And then she helped raise around $9 million. Her fund, the My People Fund, provided $1,000 a month for 6 months to over 900 families that were affected by the wildfires, finally culminating with $5,000 to each home in the final month due to increased fundraising, for a total of $10,000 per family. So imagine if you lost your home in a fire, how much $10,000 would change your life. $10,000 absolutely has the power to change so many people's lives. So many people living in poverty's lives would be so much better with just $10,000. Like, $10,000 is a lot of money, but in the same token, it's almost no money. You know what I mean? I just think that's amazing that she did that and coordinated all of that and all that. And in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, she donated $1 million towards research at Vanderbilt, and she said, "I'm a very proud girl today to know I had anything at all to do with something that's going on to help us through this crazy pandemic." And her donation helped fund the critical early stages of the Moderna vaccine. So if you have the Moderna vaccine, that is the Dolly Parton vaccine. I have the Pfizer vaccine. I think the fact that she grew up poor means she knows the power that her money can have. Exactly. Like, if you grew up poor, you know that $10,000 is like life-changing. And I think a lot of rich people don't know that. Never been less proud to be a Pfizer girl. Same. It's a struggle, the cross that we bear. Also, there's a birthing unit called the Dolly Parton Birthing Unit. This is from their website. It's at this medical center that like she helped do funding for. But anyway, this is from their website. It says, it's a modern, comfortable, family-oriented facility providing both the personal attention and medical technology for a memorable and pleasant birthing experience. Whether it's your first child or a new addition growing your family, the LeConte Medical Center, we know the birth of a new baby is a unique and special moment. We are privileged to be a part of your family's decision. The Dolly Parton Birthing Unit. Incredible. I will have my baby here. I'm not pregnant and don't know if I ever will be, but if I ever get pregnant, this is where I'm delivering. I also couldn't find this like fact checked, but I saw a rumor that at a NICU, like near where she grew up, they know like if a family can't pay their hospital bills, that you can just call Dolly Parton and she'll pay them. Like, oh, to be born in the Dolly Parton birthing unit. My second booster was Moderna, thanks Dolly. If I had a baby in there, it would definitely be named Dolly, right? God. This is my favorite thing that she's done, the Buddy program. This was in the 80s. Soon after launching the Dollywood Foundation, Parton turned her focus to reducing, actually, no, I think this was in the 90s. I can't remember. I lied. I don't know when this was. She turned her focus to reducing the high school dropout rate in her home county. According to the organization, Parton asked every 7th and 8th grade student to buddy up with another student, and then promised to give them $500 cash if they both successfully graduated from high school. I respect this and love this for multiple reasons. One reason is because I think social manipulation is a very, very effective tactic. And using group psychology to get these kids to force each other to graduate, group punishment is effective for a reason. Like, the fact that it's like, no, you only get the money if both of you graduate, probably made it so much more effective. Because if it's just you, so many kids would give up on that. But if it's both of you, like, you have someone to be like, you're not going to fucking cost me $500. You're coming to class with me. I'd be so mad if my buddy didn't graduate and cost me $500. That's like reverse Hunger Games. No, literally. Literally. It's the opposite of the Michael Scott sponsorship. Public shame and pressure, my best teachers. Exactly. Did it traumatize some people? Maybe. Did it strain some relationships? Maybe. But you know what it also did? Increase the fucking graduation rate. And that is how you get shit done. At my school, you could just threaten to drop out and they'd let you graduate in a month. That's for teacher quit talk. That kind of conversation's for teacher quit talk. The program was a major success. The high school's dropout rate went from 35% to 6%. To 6%. That's amazing. A win is a win. A win is a win. Exactly. Dolly Parton doing more to help the U.S. than Dolly Parton doing more than the U.S. government to help the American people. Literally. Goddamn Dolly. What can't she do? Dolly is my 6th cousin, 3 times removed, and she has no idea who I am, but knowing she's in there somewhere, it's like having a royal bloodline. If you contact her, tell her I said hi, please. And thank you. A literal fairy godmother to so many people. No, like, she is the fairy godmother of the United States. She's our fairy godmother. That's what she was sent here to do. Dolly's husband. So now we're going to talk about her family. She's literally an example of our modern day Jesus. Jesus came back, and he came back as Dolly Parton. I'm brave enough to say it. Are you brave enough to listen? Anyway, Dolly Parton's husband, they met outside a laundry place when Dolly was 18 and Carl was 21. We love an appropriate age gap. We love an appropriate relationship for people of this age. Within 2 years, they were married. Carl, and again, it's the 60s, that was more normal then. Carl has largely remained out of the spotlight since then, running his own asphalt business. So this is one thing. I hate when men don't work. I hate when there is like a woman star and then her like husband or boyfriend is just like, oh, she makes so much money, so I don't have to work. Yeah, you don't have to, but do something. Are you not bored all day? You need to be doing something. So the fact that he's running an asphalt business, he's like, yeah, this is my job. Love that she doesn't share the spotlight with him. There's probably so many people related to her, considering that her dad is one of 15 kids and she's one of 12. Yeah, you're really right. Wow. I didn't think about that. But anyway, where was I? Carl's running his asphalt business. Carl said 9 to 5 while her stardom skyrocketed. Oh, I fucked up this. So the couple tied the knot 2 years later in Georgia, shortly before Dolly released her album. She wanted to have a big wedding, but it didn't turn out that way. She had a very small wedding, and it was just her mom as the witness. Her record label wanted her to wait a year before getting married, since it was just starting to invest in her career. But Dolly was like, yeah, I actually don't give a fuck what you think, and I want to get married right now, so I'm going to get married right now. They are hardly ever seen in public together, and most photos of them come from Dolly Parton's personal collection of things that she has put out herself. They're not like paparazzi photos or leaked photos or anything like that. And okay, so she said she's in an open relationship. Her definition is different than mine, so I just want to say that before I get into it. Really respect that his privacy is protected. So Dolly Parton admitted to having an open relationship. Her and her husband have been together for 56 years. She said they're in an open relationship, but not in a sexual way. She said, we can keep our lives separate and together, and we do when we have. I think in her mind, like an open relationship, she means like I very much live my own life. Like I'm not just this man's wife. Like they do their own things and have their own businesses and run their own things, but they're still together, you know? But she said she does flirt with other people. She said, men are my weakness. Short, fat, bald, or skinny. I've had crushes on some very unusual men, but Carl knows I'll always come home and I'm not having sex with these people. I'm just flirting and having fun. So that's her definition of an open relationship, I guess, is that she just like flirts with random men, but she's not having sex with them. And she said, yes, it's an open relationship, but not sexually. I would kill him if I thought he was doing that. Not I would kill him if no, she's a Capricorn. Not I would kill him if he was doing that, but I would kill him if I thought he was doing that. Carl is a living legend. Every woman needs a Carl. And then she said, he would shoot me too. At the end of the day, we love each other madly. And then she revealed in an interview for Norwegian television that Jolene was inspired by a redheaded bank clerk who had flirted with her husband. And she said, she explained, I got rid of that redheaded woman in a hurry. So I can tell she loves her husband, but she also just loves flirting with random men, which respect. Here are some pics of her and her husband. This is their wedding. You can see it's like a very casual, low-key wedding. Absolutely obsessed with this picture, with her hair in this picture. We're going to look at so many pictures of Dolly Parton in a little bit, just so you know. But yeah, so that's her with her husband. Dolly and I are the same person, never would have guessed. But yes, here's Dolly Parton. Fans. I relate to her, honestly. We love a loyal boyfriend who supports your every move, but doesn't like being in public. We love that. We love it. Isn't Dolly like tatted up? Yes, I did hear that she has a lot of tattoos, also to cover like plastic surgery scars. And Dolly Parton does not have children, but she is incredibly close to her goddaughter, Miley Cyrus. Because remember, her and Billy Ray Cyrus are really good friends. She said, early on when my husband and I, this part made me sad. She said, early on when my husband and I were dating, and then when we got married, we just assumed we would have kids. We weren't doing anything to stop it. In fact, we thought maybe we would. So this kind of tells me that her not having kids was not a super intentional choice. At least that's what I gather from this quote. Stop, he's so cute. Actually, both won. They are really, really, really cute together. And then here is her on Hannah Montana, and then here's a more recent picture of her with Miley Cyrus. I just think this is literally so beautiful and so nice. The city where she was married painted a huge mural of her in the city. I went to see it last summer. It was cool. Aw, that's fun. And there's a rumor that Dolly Parton is the original Hannah Montana. A rumor circulating on social media claims that the country music star wears no wig and no makeup when she's out in public with her husband as to fly under the radar so that she can go out and like be low key. Don't know if this is true. Could not find anything online that said it was not a rumor, but I like to think it's true because I think it's a fun story. And now here's a bunch of pictures of Miss Dolly herself, and then we'll play our little trivia game. So here's her at Dollywood, loving the hair here. Here's my favorite quote from her. It cost a lot of money to look this cheap. Look at her. Do you see this? The freaking white with the glitter and the hair and the guitar. Are you joking me? For those of you on TikTok right now, my phone is about to die, so we're about to be done here, but I'm on Twitch. If you want to see the photos, they're on my Twitch stream. Someone said she confirmed something in an interview, but I don't know what you're saying she confirmed. I also put some quotes from her here because I really like a lot of her. She said, find out who you are and do it on purpose. I love this quote. I love this quote so much, and actually like this, I found this today at a moment that I like really needed it. Not to be weird, but I'm at like a weird time. But find out who you are and do it on purpose, I think is really meaningful because it's like, find out what you're best at and who you are at your most genuine self, and then like live that every day. Do it every day on purpose. Confirmed that she admitted. She admitted that she does the in public thing. Got it. Confirmed that she doesn't wear a wig to stay hidden. I think it was on Fallon. That's fun. And then where was I? Here's her with some kids. Dolly's for the kids. Here's her with her little book, Dolly Parton, reading. I think this is when she won her award for giving out all the books from Congress. Look at picture number 7. She is literally just so beautiful. Yes, that's the Jersey Shore note behind me. She is literally just so gorgeous. Like, can we just take a moment? Here is her Playboy cover. Apparently, Playboy, like, asked her to do, like, full nudity spread so many times and basically said, like, we'll pay you whatever the fuck you want, just do it. And she was like, no, I'll be in Playboy, but, like, I'm gonna wear a little outfit, just so you know. Which, like, we love a woman setting her boundaries. We love that for her. First trimester exhausted makes it impossible to stay up past 9. Have a good night. We're almost done. You stayed for almost the whole thing. Picture number 10, Dolly Parton being gorgeous. More of that. Here's another quote. You know, I look like a woman. This is amazing. Listen to this quote from her. I'm talking about Dolly Parton. You know, I look like a woman, but I think like a man. And in this world of business, that has helped me a lot. Because by the time they think that I don't know what's going on, then I got the money, I'm gone. So she's like, you think I'm fucking stupid, and by the time you realize that I kind of know what's going on, I'm already gone with your money. So, JM Hooch, thank you for subscribing. Here's another pic of her, a little more recent. Here's another great quote from her. I don't often lose my temper, but I often have to use it. I'm going to start saying that. I've never lost my temper. I have chosen to use my temper on more than one occasion, but I've never lost it. Dolly said, get that head, get that bread, then leave. Here's another picture of her and her husband. We already looked at that one, but I just really liked it, so I wanted to put it in again. Also, she had a line of dog clothes called Dolly Parton that benefited an animal rescue place. Are you kidding? Dolly Parton? Are you joking? This is amazing. 15, look at her with this kitten. Like, she's literally a goddess. Like, she's fully a goddess living among us. We are so blessed to live in the same time as Dolly Parton. You could have been born at any time in human history. You could have been born as a caveman. You could have been born in the middle of World War II. You could have been born at any time. And you got to live during the same time as Dolly Parton, and you're going to have the audacity to be depressed? Dolly Parton literally exists. Did you find charm? No, not to my necklace. This is a different necklace. My mom gave me this one. It's like a Capricorn stars, but super tiny on this little circle. I like very simple jewelry. Honestly, you're right. Remembering that Dolly Parton exists will cure your depression. Sponsored by Zoloft. She also said, the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. Here's another picture of her. Here's another picture of her performing. We love the outfit. No, I didn't want to go back that far. Here's a picture of her in her country music moment. Look at that shirt. We love it. And then I wanted to do the last pic of her is Christmas, because it's December. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy haunted days. Why am I depressed? I'm going to put that on a poster and hang it in my bathroom. I need to add that to my ideas for merch. Okay. Moving on. Now we're going to play the game. I'm also getting off of TikTok because my phone is about to die. I love you so much. Bye. XOXO. Staying on Twitch. Come to Twitch. It's in my link tree. Bye. Love you. Okay, let me pick a theme for us. I think we should do carnival because Dollywood. I always want to say world. Oh, wait, there's the Happy Holidays one. Do you guys want to do the Happy Holidays one or the, what was I saying? Merry Chrysler. Do you guys want to do the Happy Holidays one or the Carnival one? Let me know. I feel like the Carnival one is much more Dolly vibes. Like, it has the pink, the glitter, and donuts. Oh, getting very mixed results. Carnival, holidays. It's literally 50-50. Oh, I forgot I do a poll on here. Hold on. How do I do that? Forgot how to do that. Does anyone remember how I do a poll on here? Also, I can tell my computer is really glitching. Let's give it a second. Okay. Now my computer wants to act, right? Oh, right. / poll. Are you still doing the judging houses? No, I was getting too close to fucking up my actual career. Okay, now I'm doing the poll. Carnival. Thank you for bearing with me during these trying times. You must provide a question. Literally, shut up. Okay, I'm doing the poll. Which theme? Are you still doing the streams where you judge houses? No, because I work in real estate and I didn't want to accidentally hurt someone's feelings that I actually work with. And it came kind of close to that a couple times where I was like, ooh, that person is connected to that person. So yeah. Bestie, your guess is as good as mine. The poll is live though. You can vote in it. Oh, Carnival is winning. Carnival is winning. Oh, someone told me to check my Instagram DMs. Anytime someone's like, please check this, I get really anxious. You have a couple seconds left in your poll. Looks like Carnival is winning pretty dramatically. I don't see what anyone's talking about. Okay, Carnival. Sorry, I got distracted. Me whenever my professors tell us to check our emails. No, literally. Looks like Carnival won. Okay, we're starting. You can pick your little character people. Oh, I forgot to send you the link. my dumbass. So we're gonna play a trivia game. You don't play, but you can. Why is my computer being so fucking spastic tonight? I hate when technology doesn't work. It makes me so fucking angry. It's because this one chat just like will not stop being there. Like I have ignored it so long and it keeps scrolling back up to like an hour ago and it's really making me violently angry. But it's fine. We're great. We're good. I need to just look at my chat on my screen, not in the actual chat. Oh my god, there's so many people here already. I'll give you a couple seconds to join the trivia game. If you type in your name, it will come up. So if you don't want people to see it, don't put it in there. And then you can pick your little characters. Voted for Holiday to be contrarian. Yes, we have class every single Wednesday here at 7:30 Eastern time. Sometimes I'm late, so sometimes it's more like 7:40 Eastern time. Yeah. 35 people on the game. 38. It's 10 questions. They're all multiple choice. It's just for funsies. You get nothing except bragging rights. So yeah. Love. My head hurts. I'm hungry. How do I join? Go, if you have another device, like on your phone, if you're watching me on TV, or in another tab on a computer, go to join.nearpod.com and then put in the code 7EHSI. And then you'll be in. You don't have to make an account. You don't have to put your email in. You don't have to do any of that bullshit. All you have to do is go to that website and enter that code. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. There's 53 people on the game. Very high game participation tonight. Normally we do not have that many participants on the game. I'm loving this for us. It asks for a nickname too, so I thought I would use that. That's fun. I love that. 59. I'll give you guys like a couple more seconds to join. I need to write down that idea that I had for merch about Dolly Parton. It didn't use the nickname though. Oh, that's lame. Very lame. So many cookies. I think cookies might be the auto one. And you have the audacity to be depressed. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Holy shit, there's 67 people in the game. Love how the chat is just broken. That's so fun. I thought the nickname would help not show the name. Good thing I didn't use actual last name. Everyone respect everybody's boundaries. I've been following for a long time. This was my first class. I enjoyed it immensely. I've been telling people, the vibes here are phenomenal. I have so much more fun here than I do on TikTok. TikTok has so many ads now. You know what I mean? Okay, but anyway, we're going to hit start. I'm going to deny this because it keeps coming up and it's annoying me. Okay, here we go. I'm hitting start. Who did we learn about today? I can't believe there's so many people in the game. If you want to join and you didn't get the chance, you still can. It'll let you join late. I agree, joining the class live was so fun compared to watching it on YouTube. The vibes are immaculate here. Has it been stuck there? Oh no, there it goes. We learned about Dolly Parton today. If you got that wrong, I'm concerned. There's a lot of slow frames on this one. Sorry about that, you guys. Also first class. Forgot about class, so I just joined for the game and I'm gonna wing it. Love that for you. Where was Dolly born? I feel like that one person in the group chat who doesn't type but just lurks on the messages and when I don't join the Nearpod. You don't have to in the Nearpod. Just statistically, there's like, how many people are in the Nearpod? There's like 50 or 60 some people playing the game and there's 181 of us here. So a lot of us are just watching the game. You can't change the answers. No, you cannot. Because it grades you on if you're right and if you're fast. Dollywood taught me everything. Yeah, you probably do know. If you've been to Dolly World, you have a strong advantage here. How old was she when she started performing? It's so funny to see a Walmart parking lot student because I see my own username and I'm like, oh my God, so great news. Other great news that we have is due to the fact that Christmas falls on a weekend, there will be, I believe, no interruptions to stream. Yeah, there's not going to be any interruptions to stream at all. Isn't that amazing? I'll be streaming from my parents' house twice. And then I'll be home after that. But yeah, no interruptions to stream. We will be streaming every Wednesday. No interruptions. Unless something happens. For the week of New Year's too. Yes. Because we're going to stream. Because listen to this. So, 14th, we're good. 21st, we're good. 28th, I will be back from my long vacation. I'm going to work on the 28th. Normal day for me. And then, January 4th. Like, none of the holidays are anywhere close to a Wednesday. So, I, like, feel totally normal. Like, it's like literally my normal schedule, and I feel like I still have all my vacation time because I'm like, I'm not working for a while. Like Friday, I'm going to work, and then I will not be coming back until December 28th. I'm taking a couple weeks off. I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm so excited I don't have to skip any because I was going to be sad because I'm going to visit my boyfriend's family, and I won't have my stream stuff. So I was like, oh, it's going to be sad if I have to skip a week, but we're not going to be there on a Wednesday. First time on a stream, do you tell us what you're planning on streaming about in the future? Sometimes. I don't know what I'm streaming about next week, but if I have like an idea, I'll tell people what it is. Oh, I need to add our child star thing to my list. Where was I? Stream ideas. History of Dolly Parton, we just did that. Child stars. Okay. Oh my God, we're already on question 7 of 10. Y'all have just been chugging away at the game. I'm not even paying attention to you. This is what I used to do with my students. I'd have them play a game and be like, you're good. What charity work has Dolly Parton done? Oh, History of Ketchup. Thank you. I do post. Oh, right. Next week I'm doing the train union one. That's what I'm doing next week. Thank you for reminding me. I have it written down on my calendar. I just forgot right now. So I actually do know what we're doing next week. So next week, we are going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about railroad strikes because basically in the labor movement of the late 1800s, no one gave a fuck until the railroad strikes happened, and then people were like, oh, now we can't get our stuff, so we have to give a fuck. And it gave workers a lot more rights. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about what's going on in the U.S. with railroad unions and that. OMG, I tagged you in a TikTok about it. Oh, I've seen it. I usually try and go through my mentions. But yeah, that's what next week will be about. And usually, like sometimes on Wednesday, I don't know what I'm doing next week, but I usually make a TikTok about it on like Monday or Tuesday, or at the bare minimum, I post it on Twitter and Instagram. OMG, am in college for integrated social studies, and I'm excited to be in more streams. Yay! I'm trying to learn how to help people unionize as a barista. Ooh, we love. Come next week. What is the name of Dolly Parton's children's literacy program? Dolly indoctrination. I would sign my kid up for Dolly Parton indoctrination. I'd pay for it. One of those answers is what Fox News called it. Oh my God. I didn't even mean that like intentionally. I would also pay for it. If there was a Dolly Parton daycare, my kids would be there. I would have kids just to send them there. Alrighty, nice job. Alexis Marie, Chelsea Kayla, Trash Sunset, Jim, Dee Dee, AD, Casey, Chew from Luna, Nicole, Sky. Those are our top 10. I will scroll through the rest. Nice job. We love. Seeing some names I remember. Lemur Banana. A Walmart parking lot student. Awesome. We love. Nice job. Thank you all so so much for being here. This was so fun. This is another top stream that we've had. I'm so proud of you for all of your performance in the game. I will stick around for a couple minutes. If you have any notes, if you have any fun facts, if you have any memes, anything like that, feel free to put it on this board. First class, loved having everyone here. Have a great night. Hope you are feeling great. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Love you. Sleep good. Sweet dreams. All things. Thank you for joining. It is the greatest honor in the world that people want to learn about the random shit that I care about and want to learn about history from me. Thanks for a great stream. It's been a few weeks and I missed it. Take care. So glad you were all here. Have a great night. We live, we laugh, we love. This is the first stream I caught of yours. So fun. So much fun. I don't know what this is. I'm afraid to play it. We love you. I love you guys. I'm gonna cry. I've been feeling very emotional lately. No. Aw. Oh wait, there's more. What is this? Oh, it's a song. We're not gonna. It's not Dolly Parton. If you want stream suggestions, let me know because I'm in the trenches with right now. It's the full moon, man. First time working on Nearpod Mobile and it's not working. I'm sorry. Fighting for my life trying to sub with Prime. I wish I knew how to do that. I don't have my own Prime account. It's a music video. We have to listen to Dolly Parton. First stream I was able to join. You're such a fun teacher. Thank you. I try. Okay. This was great. I loved it. I'm going to go make some dinner. We've been here for 2 hours, but I hope everybody has a great night and we're all live laughing and loving. Ooh, good luck on the boards for your career tomorrow. That's what I want to end with. Everyone say good luck to Matthew. Good luck, Matthew. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Everyone say good luck to you and we're all going to bed. Our bedtime. Alrighty. Good night. Peace and love. TTYL. See you next week to talk about trains.